The next item is number 2, an application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Queens, docket number 14-1283, block 10288, lot 3, 174-11 Adelaide Road in the Adelaide Park Historic District. A medieval revival-style house designed by Fred Burmeister and built in 1935 to 38. The application is to legalize facade work performed in noncompliance with permit for minor work 13-2466 and legalize painting the front door and installation of light fixtures without Landmarks Preservation Commission permits.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Katie Rice, Landmark staff. 17411 Adelaide Road is located in the Adelaide Park Historic District. The proposal is to legalize facade work completed in non-compliance with an LPC permit and to legalize painting the front door and installation of light fixtures without permits. At the time of designation, the facade had a white painted finish, black shutters, and a red door. In 2012, the staff of the commission reviewed removing the paint and stucco from the front facade, removing the paint and stucco from the entire facade, cleaning the brick, and applying a new light gray stucco. The work was completed under the permit. However, as you can see, the finish is much darker than approved in that permit. Again, the proposal is to legalize the finish of the facade, painting the door yellow, and the installation of light fixtures. The applicant is here to present.
I'm Paul Lyons, I'm the expediter for the applicant. Just quickly on the facade work is not all stucco. It was expected to come out in a lighter gray. If you go a couple slides further, the sunlight you can actually see it is actually much lighter gray than in the shade, so it's not that much darker than the actual permit was for. You do see this texture within it. There's similar examples in the neighborhood of buildings with a similar dark gray, so it isn't actually out of character for the neighborhood. This one is similar, it's brick with the dark gray. This house is also brick with a dark gray. This is a darker colored house, just in terms of facade. Quickly, the light fixtures, version on the left that was there when he bought the property, you see one of the light fixtures is actually missing, so he couldn't find something to replace it that was an equal character. So he looked around the neighborhood, he found light bulbs with a kind of glow pattern. Also here, and that's what it was replaced with. The door is actually the same color as a house in the neighborhood that's owned by a jazz musician named Count Basie. It's actually the personal favorite position of the homeowner. That's why he's colored it that way. Just also like to note that the cost of this project was about $35,000, and this is a single-family home. This isn't a commercial property.
That's okay. What was the Count Basie connection again? Tell me
It's actually in the neighborhood.
Yes.
It's on a
So,
same road.
apart from loving Count Basie, why is this relevant to that?
Yeah.
Count Basie's door is actually also somewhere yellow.
Is it
It's a
similar
bad
yellow?
photo, unfortunately.
That's the garage door, right?
Yeah, that's a garage door on the right.
Okay. Good enough for me. Okay. Anyway, let's have testimony. Barbara Zay.
Surrounded by musicians today.
Barbara Zay of the Historic Districts Council. In the absence of both historic photographs and samples of the previously approved paint color for the facade, it is difficult to ascertain what is appropriate here. It would seem that another coat of paint in the approved lighter shade of gray would not be an impossible undertaking. Many elements of the facade work would benefit from consulting historic images. HDC finds the stripping of the white painted brick around the entry to be an unfortunate alteration, as is the stucco patching of the decorative trim. New lighting fixtures should follow those historically used on the building rather than looking to others in the neighborhood, which may be similarly misguided. Thank you.
Okay. Any other testimony? Okay. Thank you. Marjorie?
It's kind of
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Is there
Okay.
anything further you want to say based on the testimony? Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm struggling with this little house and the medieval style that it's being compared to is clearly not a medieval style. I actually don't even think you need to compare it with that. I think the color is appropriate for the style of the building, and if there are colors in the neighborhood that have the gray, so be it. I also have to say that I don't have a problem with the little door being yellow and in the context of that little house. It's not actually on a medieval house, so yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is with the door.
Okay. Fred?
Yeah, I mean, this is a new district, and I think there probably has to be a culture that's developed within the neighborhood as more established historic districts have gathered over time. So I think we have to be a little lenient here when people do things and I'm assuming not knowing that they had to work with landmarks. But I don't think it's so egregious that we should deny it or make wholesale changes. I think you've made the case that there are other dark-colored houses in the neighborhood and yellow doors in the neighborhood and that sort of thing. So I don't think this is too egregious to deny.
Okay.
I agree with what Fred just said, and I think that as an expediter, it's the applicant's responsibility to make sure the word gets out that this sort of thing should, landmarks should be brought into the process before it's a done deal. But I think that given that it's a new district, single-family house,
Yeah.
I think it's very important.
Chris?
I'm comfortable with the door, since it was not a legal application, we allowing the door to be.
John?
I agree intellectually with everybody, and I can support it. But if it were my house, I'd have a fit if somebody painted it that color. So, but I can
Okay.
support it.
Michael?
I'm sort of where Joan is with that one, but, I can't deny it. What I would ask is that the applicant and the owner pay a little bit of attention to the slate roof, which seems to be under distress, and a little bit of maintenance now will allow you to forego issues later on.
Yeah. Oh, you are? You're separate application? Good, perfect.
Okay, good.
Libby?
I can approve.
Okay. Hearing closed, then motion second. Marjorie? Sorry. Another one.
In a matter of a certificate of appropriateness for 174-11 Adelaide Road in the Adelaide Park Historic District, the application is to legalize facade work performed in noncompliance with permit for minor work 13-2466 and legalize painting the front door and installation of light fixtures without Landmarks Preservation Commission permits. I recommend approval, finding that medieval revival-style buildings feature a variety of finishes and shades of colors, including some darker colors. Therefore, the presence of the dark gray color of the stucco is in keeping with the character of the building. That the gray color of stucco facades at this building, which feature historic gray slate roofing, is harmonious with the historic color palette of this building and supportive of the unity of the overall design. That buildings of this type, style, and age throughout this historic district feature a variety of finishes, including some dark stucco and paint finishes. Therefore, the dark gray stucco is compatible with the district, and that the light fixtures are simple in design, typical in placement, and well scaled to the facade and do not call undue attention to themselves, and that the applicant has presented another example of a yellow door in the district, and so it is not atypical of the district.
Second, all in favor? Aye, opposed? Okay, one opposed. Okay, thank you.